Hey team, today we're going to have a little chat about deeper care and how you can get it in your teams. Deeper care is a little passion of mine because I think it's just so massive. And I had a great example today, which I'll tell you about an external thing which relates to coaching. And then I want to do a little bit later in the segment is just go through some action points about how you can actually get deeper care that everybody, whether you're coaching professional, school age, or anywhere in between, you can actually do 3 actionable points to get better at your level of care as a coach. And when you get that level of care better, you're going to see amazing growth in your team individually and as a collective. Now, here's the story that happened today. Like, my wife went to the doctor. Nothing urgent, just one of those nagging things that was sitting at the back of her mind and stealing all her energy. And it's been nagging her for a while. So she went to the doctor today. And she came back and she told me this. Hey, Ben, the doctor listened amazing today. Really listened, she said. She asked a few thoughtful questions, booked me an extra test, and wrote a note to follow up. Now, my wife didn't walk out of that medical centre cured. No way. But what she walked out with was feeling really cared for. The worry that had been under the surface went quiet because someone took her seriously, took the issue seriously. Her attention dissolved the anxiety my wife was feeling. Care changed the story my wife was telling herself. And I think that's an amazing concept. Just that care. There was no fix. There was no definitive thing, no improvement in the physical state. But what she did was she just cared. And that is the first job of a modern coach. And here's why. Because your players are arriving carrying all sorts of invisible loads: family stress, contract pressures, form dips, fear of not being picked, a bad night's sleep, 10 different stories running through their heads at once. Now, I know tactics matter. I know training matters for coaches. Of course, that's why we're there. But the first job is to lower the noise that's going on in your player's head. If you can lower that, if you can lower the internal volume, there's more chance what you're saying is going to be heard. When we lead with care, we give athletes the space to show up as they are so they can become what they can be. And this is something which annoys me when people say it's a soft skill. Care is not soft, it is precise. It is performance. It's pretty much that bulldozer that clears the lane so you can drive down it. It clears things so you can your work can actually land better. Care looks like presence. It sounds like good question. It feels like safety. And when players know they are seen beyond the jersey they're wearing, the role they're functioning in, they're more likely to take risks at training, to tell truth in review, and compete with freedom on game day. And you do not need a title to do this. You need intent, and you need small, consistent actions as a leader. People go above and beyond when they can feel that. When they know that the care and connection is there, they will give you all of themselves. But it does take that little perception from them to make you feel, or make someone feel, like they're actually cared for. Now, as coaches, we are responsible for the feel of our environment. That is our job. I know there's other factors which influence it, but we are the ones that have the biggest impact on how players experience training. It's our job, and that's a responsibility we should take and we should be proud about. So how do we do it? Well, I want to give you 3 simple actions at any level. Professional level to school level to anywhere in between. 3 things you can do, and you can start today at training and you can do them. And watch the difference it makes. Here's number 1. Start with the person, not the plan. Now, I know as coaches, we love the plan. You write up your piece of paper, what it all looks like, your timings, who's doing what and why. Love that. That's the role. That is what coaches do. However, when you start, let's put that in your pocket for at least the first couple of minutes and open every interaction with a question. How are you? How are you arriving today? Maybe it's just a one-word check-in, a fist pump. Check in and listen to what they're saying and listen behind it. Listen to the tone. When you ask it, you get all this information back, so listen to what you're getting. And here's the rub. You probably if you're really attuned, might have to adjust the plan if needed, particularly the way you start. And that's where you can really make some big adjustments, the start. And think about this. If you're coaching school kids, they've just sat at a desk all day, probably doing stuff they don't really love. And they're stiff and croaky, be growled at and got detention, all this stuff, didn't eat well. And now they're coming to you. And they're coming from all different subjects. And you've got blue-collar workers that have been sitting at a desk all day doing accounts for someone else, or construction workers that have been lifting bags of concrete all day. You've got all these people converging at once from all different areas. You've got to adjust the plan. You've got to check in how they are, see how they are, and then adjust that start accordingly. Spend a couple of minutes just seeing how everyone is, getting someone to talk, saying their piece. Someone through that little check-in might have had some great news. Bring it out to the team. And that brings us to number 2. I want you to name and normalize pressures. So there'll be pressures at every single training. Say it out loud, what most people are feeling. Hey team, it's a big week. It's a semi-final. Nerves are normal. Here's what we can control today, that sort of thing. When pressure's named, it shrinks. When it's normalized, it's not feeling like you've got something wrong with you, like it's a personal flaw. So you could say something like that. Hey, team, it's school holidays. I know you're all probably at home with the kids and it's doing your head in. I am too. As soon as you say that, this stress goes. You're quieting that noise, that internal loop that's going around in people's head for just that first minute. And then it's good, and then you can get on with it. If you don't, it's still spinning. You're still beating yourself up because you haven't taken the kids to the water park in the school holidays. They've just sat and watched Nintendo all day. Get into it. Normalize whatever's going on in your environments. Number 3, last thing today, is close the loop. This is massive because we can do all this wonderful conversing, but we've got to bring it back up again. If a player mentions something to you, really meaningful, they open up, and within 48 hours or the next time you see them, make sure you bring it up again. A quick message, short chat. It just closes that loop. Tells them that you remember, that you are listening, and that builds trust faster than any sort of morale-building speech. So just think about every interaction. Where was the last time I saw them? Oh, I saw them down by when they were getting changed and they were talking about the blisters on their feet. Mate, how are the blisters going? Are they any better today? Yeah, they're healed up good. Oh, great, mate. You could say to someone, mate, did you get the tax returns done? You were working on them last Tuesday night. Oh, yeah, I spent all day on them today. Oh, fantastic. I got mine ready for you if you need some more to do. That just connects a connection. It shows you care, builds trust. It is a wonderful way to get that into your environment. So the philosophy is care first. Care about people, then the game. I know we're all there for the game. That's what brings us together. But take that little bit of time. Honestly, care about it first. Care reduces fear. And fear, we know, blocks a lot of learning. So when you have less fear, it means more honesty. It means more focus. It means higher quality reps. All of those things. Now, over time, this compounds into resilient people and better teams. These small little interactions compound. Like amazingly so. And you won't even know it sometimes. And you'll have, in 10 years' time, they'll reflect on you as a coach and think you made a lasting impact. Sometimes nothing will change on the whiteboard, the things, your X's and O's, the drills and skills you're doing, but everything can change in that person. That's an amazing concept. You can do the same drills, the same training, you don't have to change anything. But with those little interactions, having that little bit of time, a little bit of care and connection, you can change things in people. And that's massive. So even when there's no immediate fix that appears, care and connection shift the state of that person. Like my wife at the start. She walked out of the environment pumped and in a better state to then do anything that was coming to her afterwards. A better state always leads to better outcomes. Always. If you're in a great state, there will be better outcomes. Deeper care is not an extra. It is the foundation. So go lay it in your teams tonight.